Educational GMAT. Your partner in your GMAT journey.
So friends, is the table clear to you? All right. What do 18 receipts indicate? 18 customers. 18 receipts indicate 18 customers. So let's say this customer number 8, what happened was when she billed, right? Then essentially all these 18 customers, by the way, bought these 4 products. All right. They could have bought some others as well, but then we are just focused on these 4 products that all these 18 customers bought. So customer number 8, what she did was she bought 36 euros worth of product A, 30 euros worth of product B, 24 euros worth of product C, and 17.5 euros worth of product D. So this is how you need to interpret this. And when I say, let's say 30 euros worth of product B, how do we arrive at 30 euros? Number of units of product B into price per unit, correct? And number of units, can that be decimal? Obviously not, right? You cannot buy, for example, 2.6 units of product B. Clearly, units have to be bought in integers. So this is something that you need to be aware of. All right. Okay. For each of the following products, select sufficient if the information provided is sufficient to determine whether the unit price of product exceeds 3 euros. Tell me, is the information provided sufficient to indicate that the unit price of product exceeds 3 euros?
Yeah.
Again, reiterating, is the given information sufficient for us to conclude whether the unit price of product A exceeds 3 euros? So again, let's first of all figure out what the question is trying to say. Based upon the data, as long as you can conclude for sure whether unit price for product A exceeds euros, or you can conclude for sure that it does not exceed 3 euros, in either case will be sufficient. It's like a typical data sufficiency, right? This is a typical data sufficiency. Is the data provided sufficient for you to conclude that unit price of product A is greater than 3 euros? Sorry, what do you guys think?
Yes, we can calculate the value of
Okay,
the
Divya,
unit
go ahead.
price.
Go ahead.
Because
How?
if we see in the row number 18, that is 6.
Row number
Okay,
18, it is
that
6.
is
Okay.
6. And when we
Yes.
see the row number 3, that is 57.
Row
So we
number
can
3 is 57. Okay.
clearly see that 657 is not a decimal of 6. If we see that it's the minimum quantity.
Now that would be my question. How do you know it's minimum quantity, Divya?
I'm
How
just
do you
saying,
know
I'm
this
just
is
because
minimum quantity?
if we see
No,
the question is
no,
like product
no.
X. No, I'm not
This
saying that this is the minimum quantity. I'm just saying with the respect of the question, as they are asking that the cost price is suppose 3. So for
but
that matter of
so these two entries, by the way, could indicate many things, Divya. For example, it could be 9 units of product A at 1 euro each, and 57 units of product A again at 1 euro each. Or this could indicate 2 units of product A at 3 euros each, and 57 units of product A at, not 57, sorry, 19, right? 19 units of product A at 3 euros each. Do you agree both of these are possible?
yes, I agree with that.
In this case, it is not exceeding 1 euro. In this case, obviously, it is 3 euros. So these two pieces of data don't really tell us that, Divya. Both possibilities are there looking at these two pieces of data.
But if we see the entire data,
Go
then
ahead. Go
like
ahead. Entire data, Divya. Yes.
yeah, it is divisible by like it's a even number and it is divisible by 6. If we see the entire data except that 57 row,
Okay, you are saying 57 is the only
except the
even number.
57, except the
Okay.
57, others are divisible by 6.
Okay. Others are divisible by 6. See, that's the point. Divisible by 6 does not tell us anything, Divya, because this is divisible by 6 does not mean that the price is 6 euros. It could be 1 euro, it could be 2 euros, it could be 3 euros, it could be 6 euros also. So no, this logic will not work. Yes, Ashit. Of oh, okay, so Ashit is saying that if you look at this, the HCF or the highest common factor is 3. All right. So from this, what do you conclude? So that is how he concludes that the unit price cannot exceed 3 euros. Okay. All right. All right. There is some merit to this argument. All right. So guys, the thing is, let's just look at these two, 54 and 57. This itself should give you a clue. See, if unit price of product A, X unit price means price per unit of product A, right? If it exceeded 3 euros, can we have 54 and 57 as the entries? Did you get my question? If unit price exceeded 3 euros, we cannot have 54 and 57 as the entries, right? See, if I buy 54 euros, sorry, not cents, euros worth of product A, you buy one more unit of product A, correct? If the product A per unit, if it was greater than 3 euros, and if I pay total of 54 euros for product A, if you buy one more unit of product A, then clearly you would have to pay greater than 57 if the price per unit of product A is greater than 3. Guys, are you with me? So the very presence of 54 and 57 actually tells you that it is sufficient for us to tell that the unit price of product A does not exceed 3 euros. So it is sufficient for us to tell us the data provided in the table is sufficient for us to tell us that unit price of product A does not exceed 3 euros. So oh yeah, there is a huge data labs because HCF method would not work according to me because unit price for product A. Oh, okay, HCF, highest common factor. Let's think about it. Yeah. Yeah, but can it exceed Euro 3 is what Ashik is asking. Hmm. So I'm thinking HCF would also work in this case. What do you say? For other two. Okay, okay, all right. Anyway, fair enough. So I'm hoping that this is clear. Is this clear to everyone? And I thought this was the easiest way to figure this out. All right. How about product B? Tell me, does the unit price of product B exceed 3 euros? Unit price. Again, easy to see. Notice there is a 5 here and there is a 7.5 here, right? Clearly means that, what does it mean? Does right? Because 5 and 7.5 means that it is definitely a possibility. What's the possibility? That the unit price of product B is either 2.5 or lesser than that. But it can no way be greater than 2.5. Because if it is greater than 2.5, then you cannot have two entries, one with 5 and the other with 7.5. Friends, are we clear? So again, sufficient. All right. Now let's look at same case product C. Again, see, in the actual exam, what you would do is, at least as long as you understand the logic, then what you can do is quickly sort by, right, product A, then sort by product B, and then sort by product C. All right, let's look at product C again. Sufficient again. Why? Sorry, 12 and
16.5.
6 and
16.5. Row number 5.
okay, 16 point. Okay, row number 5 and oh, 18.
And
Yeah. 16.5 and 18. So clearly it means that the unit price for product C could be either 1.5 or lesser than that. But there is absolutely no way that it can be greater than 1.5. Sorry, can you repeat? So okay. So HCF again. Let's actually, yeah. So let's actually figure out. I mean, obviously it is more cumbersome, but then at least what we are debating is, can HCF be a method at all? So for C, if you look at HCF, 1.5 is the HCF. Is that correct? 1.5 would be the HCF. Yes. But even that is divisible by 1.5. Yeah, no, that is why it is 1.5. If that 16.5 wasn't there, then it would have been 3. All right, fine. And same goes the case for B as well. Baker. B. 2.5. Yeah. Fair enough. Are we clear? Guys, I'm hoping this simple logic is making sense to you. Let us say again, let's say that, let's say that, how do I explain this? Let us say milk can be bought only in half-liter packets. All right, half-liter packets. Correct. And if customer A pays rupees 20, all right, and customer B pays rupees 26. Are you guys getting it? Milk can only be bought in half-liter, which means you can buy either one pouch, which would give you half-liter. You can buy 3 pouches, which would give you 1.5 liters, and so on. All right. Now, if these two pieces of data are given to you, that customer A paid a total of 20 rupees for whatever milk she bought, and customer B pays a total of 26 rupees for whatever amount of milk or whatever number of pouches that she bought, then from this, what can we conclude? That clearly what we can conclude is that the cost of one pouch cannot be greater than 6 rupees. 6, right? Highest. We are not given how many.
2? Isn't it should be 2?
You are talking about this, right?
Yes.
So what we are saying is that milk can only be bought in half-liter pouches. So
Yes.
you can't order half a pouch.
Yeah.
All right, you can only obviously order in integer pouches. Correct. So now what we are saying is that if customer A paid a total of 20 rupees and customer B paid a total of 26 rupees, from this data we can conclude that the cost of half a liter of pouch, basically one pouch, cannot be greater than 6.
Right. Yeah.
What? That's what I'm saying, right? What do you mean 2? Where are you coming from 2?
Actually, they are taking the HCF of 20 and 26.
No, no, no. We can't say 2. How do we know it's 2? I'm not saying 6. I'm saying not greater than 6. How can it be a maximum of 6? Of course, it can be. For example, uh, whatever amount, right? That how can it be a maximum of 6? Okay, I'll tell you how can it be. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. How can it be 6? Hmm, 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 hmm. Good question. Sorry. Okay, what figures do you want me to assume here? 30 and 36. Okay, we can take any values.
Let's say A got X number of packets for 20 bucks, we don't know what's the price. And B got Y number of packets for 36. The best case scenario for Y minus X would be 6. You agree on that? Okay. So, okay, that's a one. Okay, you're telling one additional packet is 6.
Yes, that's what we are saying. That one additional packet for, yes. That's the most expensive. 6 is the most expensive. Lesser than 6 is what we're talking about.